where gaming excellence meets unparalleled innovation. One title stands above them all. Little Company. The game that came out of nowhere and became extremely popular in a short while. A game that has unbelievable 89% positive reviews and can give you hours of fear, despair, anger, sadness, but mostly joy. Because this game is hella fun and you're gonna laugh so hard until your stomach hurts, unless you don't have any friends, because this game requires at least 2 friends to play with. The game is up to 4 players, and yes, you can play solo or with one of your friends, but the real fun begins when there is 3 of you or 4 of you. Otherwise, it is a bit boring. But what is this game about? I think that most of you know this game, but for those who don't, in this game you are a contracted worker for a company. Your job is to collect scrap from abandoned industrialized moons to meet the company's profit quota. You have 3 days to meet the quota, but the quota is rising after you finish one. You can use the cash to earn travel to new moons with high risk and rewards. Or you can buy new gear to help you gather the scrap. Or you can buy fancy suits and decorations for your ship. And, important thing, never miss the quota. The best part of the game is that you can talk to others in proximity chat, which makes the game more scary. Also, you can use walkie-talkies to communicate with your crewmates for long distance. The ship arrives to the moon at 8 AM and leaves at midnight, or you can leave whenever you want by pulling this lever. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but a little advice: be careful at night. Then there is the weather that changes every day. It can be a beautiful day with sun and some clouds, or it can be rainy, flooded, stormy, or even worse, eclipsed. Every one of these special weathers changes them up a little bit, but I recommend not to look what weather does what. Overall, I recommend not to look at any guide, because the best thing on this game is that you don't know what is dangerous and what is safe. And the most fun is when you explore the game with your friends and you laugh when somebody dies in some stupid way, like jumping off the ledge. The gameplay is really simple. You just land on the moon and go to the dungeon, if I can call it like that. And you are trying to find some loot and survive of different types of monsters that are trying to harm you or kill you. If you manage to get through these 3 days, then you go to the company and sell your loot. And you hope that you will meet the quota. If you did, you will do the same thing but with better gear, and it will be harder and harder. But isn't it boring? Doing the same thing all over again? Or isn't it repetitive? Boring? Absolutely not. Dungeon is always different with different monsters and different loot, which makes it fun. I think the reviews told it by themselves. Let's take a look on some of them. What was that? Final words. My friend was slowly being killed in a room and all I could do was listen to his horrific screams over radio. A game where you can continually ask, will this kill me? And the answer is always yes. I was beaten to death with the shovel and then was called lazy by my employer. God tier game if you have 3 friends to play with. I know this is an impossible amount of friends. And I'd like to take a look on the 54 hours playtime on the record and here 57, that these dudes has played a lot and didn't say that it's boring. Plus the game is in a really early access. But a few days ago a new update was released. The update added some new items and some new monsters. It's good to see that the developer cares about his game and just didn't take money and leave. And yeah, now in the early access, after a few hours, I've played over 15 hours and I still like the game and I think I'm gonna play another 15. It can be a bit repetitive, but you can solve this problem very easily. There are mods to make this game funnier and harder. There are a lot of stupid mods that just make the game more funnier, like my favorite British bug guy. and lots of mods that change the game and add additional content in the game, like new scrap, new gear, or even monsters and maps. With the mods, you can have another 10 hours of fun. Plus, it is super easy to download. I'll make a video about it. That means subscribe so you don't miss it. For just 10 euros. I think that these games can give you lots of fun, lots of hours, and it's worth just 10 euros, which I think is amazing. And by the way, the game is made by just one person. Isn't it crazy? I think this game is just the best game of the year. Some might say it's a Baldur's Gate 3 or God of War or... Huh? Who put this shit here? I said the best game of the year, not the biggest shit of the year. Get it out! Get it out! I said, get it out! Thank you. Where were we? Oh, God of War or Alan Wake, but no, the best game of the year is Little Company, and absolutely, it's like obvious. Because Little Company isn't just a game, it's a masterpiece. And I think everybody should play it, unless you don't have any friends, and you can't. Or like, you can when you don't have any friends, but you can play with randoms. But it's not that funny when you play with randoms, but you can try it. Now let's rate the game overall and talk about some positives and negatives. Let's start with the negatives. Number 1. You must have some friends, otherwise the game isn't good for you, it's like bad for you. You can play with randoms, yeah, like you can make public server and hope that somebody will join you, or you can join somebody. But I didn't try it, and I don't think that it's gonna be that fun, but you can try it and play for 2 hours and then refund the game maybe, if it's not fun. But it's not really good when you don't have any friends. Number 2. Sooner or later, the game will become repetitive and a bit boring. I think in a game like this, it's inevitable, because it's like you're doing the same thing all over again, like, but with some changes. But the good thing is that it's only in early access, so hopefully in the future it will be better, but for now it can be boring and repetitive after a few hours. And I don't think there's any other negatives, or I didn't find any. So let's move to the positives. Number 1. It is extremely fun. Like almost the time I played, I was laughing so hard that my stomach hurts. And even when I wasn't playing it, I was looking at some streams and I was laughing so hard. It was so fun. And if you have some funny friends and you can have fun together, this game is just awesome for it. Even if you don't have any friends and you don't play it, just watch some streams or video from it. It's so freaking fun, and love it. Number 2, it's a good game and only in early access, so it will be even better. I put this as a positive because the game itself, like now, is really good. It's really fun. I've played 15 hours the vanilla mode and I like it, and me and my friends are gonna play even more because we can get further. And the one update that came out a few days ago is nice. It's added some new things, and if the updates are gonna be like more often, that it's not gonna be a big gap between them, I think it's gonna be even better. And I'm super excited on the full version. Number 3, bad graphics. I know. Some might say that how can this be a positive, that the game looks like a shit? And I know, but the positive on this game is that everybody can play it. So even when you have a potato PC, you can still play and have fun. I have one of my friends that have not that good PC, and we could still play with him and have fun. So I put this as a positive and not negative, because the graphics isn't good, but I think that for this type of game it's good. And by the way, it's made by one person, don't forget about it. Number 4, cost. This game cost only 10 euros, which is, I think, amazing. And the game for this price should be illegal. I think like I would pay for this game maybe 20 and 25, not 30 or 40, but I think you could put more. I would give him more money because the game is like awesome. Number 5, mods. The game is fun, but after a while it becomes boring, but you can download the mods that make it more funnier and harder and better. And the mods are really easy to download. I mean, like, I think that for downloading mods, you just need 15 minutes or maybe 10 and you have it. Maybe and it's much funnier, like, it fluffs so bad. Like, some of the mods are just freaking stupid, but they are awesome in the game, and it like don't really change the game, but it makes it funnier. But other ones put like items to late game, so you can it's like better. But I will maybe put some negative here, that sometimes there are problems with the mods, that like you can join to each other because of it. But yeah, I still think that's good. Overall rating is, I think, like a solid 9 out of 10, maybe 8.5 out of 10. And I think you should play it at 100% if you have three friends and 10 euros and you don't know what to do with them. Buy this game and go play it. I mean, it's really awesome, and I think that the hype that the game have in a short while, like the game was released I think 23rd of October, and it's super high. So yeah, you should try it. And if you don't like it, you can refund it. And yeah, now there is nothing left, so I hope you liked this video. If you did, don't forget to subscribe and like, and I hope I'll see you in the next video. See ya, and don't forget to buy Lethal Company.